No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Woke up in Paris. It's currently 10 in the morning over here, so it's 9 in the morning in the UK. Opening WhatsApp groups, opening social media. I didn't see none of these quotes last night, bear in mind. But come on, Mikel. Just stop talking shit. You know my problem with it? Once you start lying and the lies run, and by lies running, I mean the fan base accept it, or the fan base make excuses for it, or the fan base lie on the lies, it becomes so easy to continue doing it. And last night was an example of that. For him to come on an interview and say the bench, PSG bench, basically admitted we were the better team over both legs, and then Luis Enrique coming out saying, what? What? Stop lying. You lied on not just on a man, you lied on a whole bench because you were in your feelings. You were in your feelings. So to the whole world, millions watching, you said what you said. Like Enrique ain't going to challenge it. You said we're the best team in the competition. Tell me how. Tell me how. The best team in the competition wins it. More often than not. More often than not. And by that, I don't mean the best team in Europe wins it. But if you've won the cup, it could be a favourable run along the way. But look at the teams left. How can we be better than Inter Milan, for example, in this competition? Who conceded 2-3 goals up until the semi-final. And then, yes, they conceded 6 in the semi-final. But guess what? They're in the final. Because they can switch it up. They can score goals. They found plan B and plan C to make it work. 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go. Bang. Some guy that no one knows from Adam scores. Why? Because they took the risk. Tell me what risk we took in that first leg. 1-0 down at home. At home. Ranieri's coming on with 30 seconds to go of normal time. Risk averse. That's what that is. Origi, Liverpool have that moment from Origi, right? Not the best player they've had in the world. Not the most important player they've had in the world. But guess what? He steps up at the right moment and he goes down in Liverpool fans' hearts and minds. Oh, but we got injuries. Let me use Liverpool again. Origi, Shaqiri started against Barcelona. Do you remember that? And they had to turn it. Wasn't that the one they had to turn around? A first leg loss. Stop moaning about injuries. It's even bled into the players. Declan Rice coming out and saying we've had 5-6 players out throughout the most important players out throughout the season. Have you been out, Rice? No. Because you're one of the most important players. Partey? No. He's one of the most important players. Saliba? No. Raya? No. Timber? No. Yes, Saka got injured. We could have done something about it. January was around the corner. We did nothing. It was about bringing someone in to let Saka come into a team that has a new star, that has a new attacking threat. So when Saka comes back in, it's not all on him. And Saka should have scored last night. He should have scored the second, but fuck it. You missed chances. He was the one he's the one trying to bend it into the top corner 15 minutes into the second half. He's the one actually taking on a couple players. Odegaard was out at the start of the season. Okay, he was out. Who's the backup? Because we're a big club, right? We're in the 5th year of the process, right? This is the season, right? So Odegaard get injured. Big loss. What did we do to cover our backs? Because players can get injured. Surprise, surprise. No shit, Sherlock. Players get injured. As a club, you have 25-man register. We registered 22. So instead of talking about the 7-man you see in tracksuits, talk about the 3 ghosts that are occupying positions in this squad. Because the club let attacking players go without replacing them. This ain't me screaming that I wanted Emile Smith-Rowe or Fabio Vieira or Reece Nelson or Eddie fucking Nketiah last night. This is me saying I wanted their replacements. And if you wasn't going to get replacements, then keep a couple of them. Keep a couple of them. It took one call with Raheem Sterling to know it was the one, right? Liar. That was the first lie. Best owners in the world. Second lie. The moment that left, I've never seen a lie exposed quicker when it's come out of someone's lips. Because as soon as that sentence ended, it was a lie. As soon as it ended. You worked at Man City. Don't tell me our owners are better because they support you, because they've given you a platform, because they've trusted in you. I get that. But don't lie to the fans. Cool, you did that. You signed your contract. Cool. Didn't talk about us being light. Right? You like to work with a small squad. Right? Oh, but stop the press. December 23rd, 24th. Arteta comes out. Everyone knows we're light. Oh, shit. Do they? We didn't have to call Sherlock Holmes for that one, did we? And then what do? Everyone knows we're light. Saka gets injured. What do? Market opportunities. Internal solutions. I didn't see no internal solutions. Mourinho was one. He came in against Leicester, bagged 2 goals, and then scored a further 8 along the way. Was that it? Was that it? Once that was in place, what was next? Because when Havertz was there, we still needed something else. We still needed something else, something different. Because many a game was going with Havertz up top that we wasn't doing what we should be doing. But we find a solution. Mourinho comes in. So what's the next solution when the first leg comes and goes? When we go 1-0 down. We didn't fight back. We didn't come back. Barcelona came back last night. 2 legs in a row, 2 goals down. Inter came back, 1 goal down with 5 minutes to go. Why? Because they started changing shit up. Why? Hearts. Where was the anger, frustration and rage? Where was that? Manager's taking the piss. You've created a robotic system where no players can really express themselves. And then you call on emotion for our biggest game in your management career. You call on the same emotion that you've ripped out of the playing style. Cheeky to go to that. Because we don't rely on emotion. We haven't got to this stage with emotion, Mikel. We've got there because of the system. We've got there because you're a good coach. You're a good coach, not a great coach. Because when there's opportunities, you take them. 200 days top of the league? Okay, first time opportunity. You didn't take it. Last season, all right. We didn't bottle it last season. But why are you putting Havertz back in midfield against Aston Villa? Why? That wasn't the sole reason. We still have fucking chances to win that game. I think Trossard just before half time. Stands out. Why? I don't know. Then this season, domestically, trash. League and cups. But we have an opportunity. We've just beaten PSV. We've got Real Madrid. Let's think of a couple plans. Okay, we didn't need plan B against Real. Smoked. 5-1, thank you, good night. We needed 1 or 2 plans against fucking PSG though. Because we went a goal down. And that's when you really start seeing it's all good and well missing these chances when it's 0-0, when it's 1-1 and it's not costing you everything. But when you're missing those chances, Martinelli in the first leg, first half, both of them. Trossard, second half. Martinelli first half of the second leg. Saka, 80 whatever minute to make it 2-2. By then, there's still a chance. We've seen a night before. You can fight back. You can put a team on the ropes. You can put great teams on the ropes. I didn't see no frustration. I didn't see no anger. And I definitely didn't see no rage on that pitch. But I didn't expect to see any of that. It's like the Jetsons. And then we have the usual bullshit. Oh, people are scapegoating Havertz. Odegaard. What about this person? Shut up. Odegaard's our captain. We're meant to look at him when we need a bit of maybe rage, frustration, anger, leadership, composure, something. So we are going to look at him. Why is he not coming out to speak before the games? Declan Rice is doing it. And then the club's got Declan Rice coming out to back Odegaard. I get that. Like Declan when he said earlier this season, the real fans or whatever he said about match going. Stop talking. Stop talking. Accountability. What would have been wrong if Arteta came out last night and said they have more quality than us in the final third? What is wrong with that? Oh, Odegaard might get hurt. Martinelli might shed a tear. Trossard might crumble. Oh my God. God forbid. What's wrong with just telling the truth? We didn't have enough. Why is it that we were the better team? Why is it that we are the best in the competition and we're out? As much as people might say, this sort of rhetoric is what makes us a laughing stock. Fuck off. Because all I see in WhatsApp groups today, this morning, is quotes from our manager. Quotes from Declan Rice. None of which take accountability. None of which. Hi Turkish, how do you think that game went? Difficult game, difficult opposition. We left ourselves with a lot of work to do. 1-0 down against PSG in the first leg with a manager like Luis Enrique. It was always going to be difficult. I think we started the game well, 10-15 minutes, sharp, zippy, similar to how they started against us. But we didn't take our chances, and I think that's where the game was gone. In the final third, they had patches. They got 3 goals. In the final third, we had patches. We got 1 goal. That's something we've got to address as a club. It's something we looked at in January, but we've got a big summer ahead now because it's unacceptable that this club, again, has failed to win anything this season. Imagine that for a post-match presser. Imagine. And that's just off the top. Nice. Accountability, respect to the opposition. But no. Man sat there and said the best team in the competition's out and had Luis Enrique looking at it like, this guy all right? Is he all right indeed? Is he all right indeed? Arteta was in the Barcelona academy. Arteta played with Okocha. He played with Ronaldinho. Why don't I see any of that in this side? Why don't I see any freedom to express when you've played with 2 of the greatest players that have shown magic when given freedom to express? Why? In Barcelona's academy, we know what they're all about. Why don't I see a twinge of that? Worked with Aguero at City. Aubameyang helped win the only trophy we've won under you, Mikel. So you've worked with Aguero and Aubameyang, and you think it's right to leave us with no fucking strikers and talk about the strikers in the box and all of this stuff. We ain't got a striker. What are you talking about? They didn't even have a striker. What are you talking about? French people just looking at me on these roads. I need to get out of here, man. 6 hours back to London. Bad feeling in the tummy. Stop talking to us like we're fucking kids. A bad feeling in the tummy. Stop talking to us like we're fucking kids. Stop lying, because that's where Wenger went wrong. The moment Wenger started lying, that's the moment it all unraveled. He got paid handsomely to lie, though. Like, you're being paid handsomely now. And your lies have started this season. You ain't Wenger. You ain't got that credit. Stop fucking lying. Take some accountability. Excuses. Sort it out. I don't even think I'm done yet, but I'm done.